I just felt like this overwhelming desire to do a dance video with the three of us. You know what I mean?
Let's do it.
And
We can do
see
it.
at Steelo's house. I could see like you guys starting it, and then like this would be great if Rob was in it and I popped up like.
Yeah.
Ah, man.
Can
Maybe we could
somebody
green screen that out and edit that
I
in.
hope that clip makes it to TV and somebody just makes that a TikTok.
Please, whoever saw that move, please TikTok me.
None of your business who I have been with or where I have been. You're just playing detective with all of your questions. Ain't nothing changed, but I have recovered. Now that your number got blocked, you're so out.
I won't do it like I used to, but occasionally I'll lift heavy things, okay? At this point, I try to point it to people, you know what I mean? I went to my office, and I had the heaviest desk in the history of mankind, and I wanted it on the other side of the room. I tried to put T-shirts under the legs.
Yeah.
The leg broke, it dumped on me, and I blew my QL muscle out.
So you were able to get it off you.
Yeah.
Because in my head, I just imagine you being like, help!
3 weeks later, it's just my skeleton pinned under my desk.
I love nobody checks on Rob for 3 weeks.
Okay, you know, I am an ordained minister.
That is questionable, but true.
Hey, questionable is not something thou shalt question unless thou question something that is questionable.
What church is this?
In the church of this world where people look at you. I faded. I went from trying to have my own church to throwing up the rock.
Yeah, you did. You really did.
I mean,
That's
look,
the church.
I made a run as a minister. It was good. It
You
was
did.
good. And I faded quickly. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying by the end of the night, I was drunk as shit. And like, out goes all my ministry. You know
Look
what I
at the
mean?
minister over there, wasted.
Yes. Look, are you someone that always wears a seatbelt?
I always wear a seatbelt.
Yeah.
I just like to be alive, so.
Yeah,
you know.
look, I was scarred in driver's education, okay? Went the cheap route. Got this crazy, wild redneck guy, I can't even remember his name, but it was like literally half the price of everything else. And he was like, you don't click it, you hit a bus, you are dead, right? Like, and just like had me like I was gonna die every time I was in the car. Now, this is not made up, and I feel like I've told this story before.
I've never heard
But like when I was doing my initial driving test, like someone was trying to with me because they, you know, I had the student driver,
driver,
right?
yeah.
And he's like, sit in the car, pops out a knife,
You're
right?
lying.
You've never told us.
Opens
This
up the door.
story's
What's up,
amazing.
motherfuckers? Right? And it's like, but
Am I
yeah,
in a gang now?
yeah. So
That was your teacher.
this is my teacher. I wish I could bring up a photo of him just so you could see his mullet and his
already
tight
see him.
jeans.
I
And his,
already see him.
it worked. When I get in a car to this day, I think about him telling me if I don't have a seatbelt, I'm gonna run into a bus and die. Okay, now I've been thinking a lot about my backflip block, you know, and every time I say it, like it doesn't sound like.
I mean, I have the same problem, so I feel you. Like, it's like
Are you really trying to do backflips?
I don't even try. That's how bad my block is.
Yeah.
I'm like, I literally just like think about it for a second, then I'm like, turn around and go forward.
Right, because you just can't quite
Are y'all doing this on
get
ground?
there. Yeah.
No.
You've never done a
Everywhere.
backflip. Don't start on ground. You start at a pool or
Yeah,
like
hey.
on a mattress.
Yeah, even with water, and I always just in my head think I'm gonna be one of those people that backflips and then like hits the rock somehow or something, you know?
You're going to. You know what I mean?
Thanks for your optimism.
So, you know, what I realized is I don't have a backflip block. I'm actually flippitant.
Way better. Sounds important.
Did we
You
make
can-
this word up?
No, because, you know, if you're impotent, right, you just can't quite get the hammer up,
Yeah.
right? And I just can't quite can't quite get there. You know what I'm saying?
Flippitant.
You flippitant. You guys with it?
I get it.
I love it, man. It's
Okay,
great.
all right. Okay, red lights, they're a part of life. You know what I mean? Sometimes you get stuck there and you're there for a really long time. You got an opportunity to do a lot of things. What are some of the stuff you do when you're stuck at a red light?
I don't know what you
Look,
could be
I feel
doing.
like stuff we shouldn't be saying we're doing at a red light.
She knows if she says one more word, she's going to jail. You know what I'm saying? She's locked up. I'm not ratting myself out. I don't care. I'm at the red light, drinking, smoking, texting. Like spit on something, like litter something. Like
You do anything at a red light.
she's just looking at all the crimes she committed at a red light. I'm not saying a word. You ain't gonna have this on tape. Welcome to Ridiculousness. I'm Rob Dyrdek, and with me, as always, Steelo, Brim, Chanel, West Coast. Man, I was flowing right there. It felt good.
That was great.
You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not saying it was on beat, but it felt like it was close to beat.
Yeah, you
know
were
what
the
I mean?
beat. You were the beat.
Yeah, like, and that's
that.
the thing. As long as there's not a beat to like amplify that I'm off beat,
Yeah.
like I can fake like I'm in the zone
That's
with
true.
it. Right? And I'm gonna attempt to add that same sort of rhythmic ability to this first category, right? Because every now and again you get drunk, okay? And if you're too drunk, you get stuck in a funk, all right? And if you your pants, then you smell like a skunk.
Okay.
Okay?
I like it.
You know, and if you're a dumb okay, you might put your hands in something, you get drunk stuck. Take a look. Okay, let's talk about holiday songs.
Yeah.
Which one's your favorite?
Jingle bells, the easiest.
Yeah? I mean, is it about easiness or is it a timeless flow?
I feel like it's right away, like it's the first one to come to your mind when you think of Christmas.
Yeah, I mean, dashing through the snow, one horse open sleigh, over the hill go, all the way.
Bells on
Totally be a
bobtails
Christmas
ring.
album.
Yeah, no, I was catching a vibe right there. Of course, another very popular song is All I Want for Christmas Is My Two Front Teeth.
Okay.
You know, what do you think happened to that poor child?
They lost
Lost
their
his front teeth and they weren't coming back.
But I love how they didn't make a Tooth Fairy song out of it and turned it into a Christmas song.
Yeah.
Like, you gave Santa shine on a tooth song?
Yeah, Santa can deliver anything. Okay. Now he's delivering like iPhones and flat screen TVs, you know what I mean? But he can still, if you knock your teeth out, can deliver you 2 teeth. Okay, either you ever perform in a holiday play?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, good.
Tons
Of
of the
course.
little holiday plays, and you know, you used to do the little choir ones.
Do
where
that at
everybody's-
church, yeah.
What the was I doing?
I don't know.
I was in Ohio. Why wasn't I in a holiday play?
I feel like you'd be in a bunch in Ohio.
Why wasn't I like the star of the show? Why wasn't I, Lord, welcome, coming back. Gonna get those Christmas gifts off my back. Gonna get them out to the kids. That was my moment. That was my moment. I was like, I could picture I literally fell down onto the stage of J.E. Prass Elementary School.
Okay.
In Kettering, Ohio, and was performing right there in my head.
I liked it.
Because I never did. I never did. I don't know why. Like now, you know, you come to a realization on a stage here all these years later on why you weren't involved. What character did you guys play?
With everything, if there was a small role, like, they'd push me into that, 'cause I was really tiny. Like, every class picture, like, the small little tiny person at the very end in the corner, that's me. So, like, when it was, you know, I was an elf, then when it was Wizard of Oz, they forced me to be a munchkin. I wanted to be Dorothy, and they're like, no, you're small, be a munchkin. And so I had to be
Sit down. Oh, look, they're all just doing this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Picture it.
Look.
I see it.
Did you have to go through training to get ready for the show?
Yeah, I did.
He could have trained you. He's a purple belt?
Purple belt.
Purple belt, yeah,
And
yeah.
look.
He is legit. Look at this. This is
I mean,
form that has not been
Look, you know,
revised
if
since
you can
years
put
old.
the hips in it, get your glutes in there, and then you use this as your guard, and you snap it,
Yeah.
you
I'm
got
learning
skills.
things here.
She's learning here.
Do you ever
No.
do like the hip openers with the diamond shape on the ground?
I don't remember. Okay.
No, you'd sometimes do the one kick with the two. You do the one kick.
Okay.
Yeah, oh, man, you might be able to get on the show.
Well, they were talking about a female rival next season for me, and I was like,
Tell them to hit me up.
I should tell
I'm trying to get my acting on.
Why she put on her villain voice? She was like, hit me up.
Hey, I'm gonna give you a chance to audition right now. You're a villain fighter. You're a villain
She's a-
fighter. Yeah.
Yeah.
I could do the little.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
He just got the role.
Man.
He just got the role. Yeah.
I don't know, I was trying.
He got the role.
Hey, I thought for sure she was gonna pop a hammy right there. Let's talk about Sweet Baby Jesus.
Sweet baby Jesus, yes.
That's right. You know, in most nativity scenes, he's this beautiful, plump baby.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Have you ever got a good look at a chunky little baby Jesus face?
Yeah. A whole bunch of different Jesuses out here. Yeah, I seen one.
Yeah? Well, what do you think on average when you take a look at a nativity scene, or do you look past the baby's girth?
I look past the baby's girth, but I also am just, I don't know. I look at it and be like, okay, I guess.
Okay, all right. Well, look, I mean, were either of you chubby babies?
I was.
I was kind of chubby.
Yeah?
I guess, yeah.
Well, let's take a look at what we look like as babies. You know what I mean? Oh, look at us. We're just two baseball buddies.
Yeah, we're baseball buddies.
We all look the same. Like, it's like the same.
Hey, I'm not, hey, if I'm not mistaken, I mean, identical.
I definitely grew into my head. Thank God.
You did. You had the West
Man.
Coast Palm Beach on your...
Yeah, look, I was ready for
Look
the
at this
beach.
little knuckle.
Yeah, and Will's throwing up so bad, she's learning.
I was ready to be like,
Ah, man,
the bones weren't strong enough to fully throw up the
You was
West
gangbanging Robbie as your hat cocked all
But,
to the
I
left.
mean, hair cocked sideways, looking ginger as shit.
Yeah. This is your 118th right here.
Yeah,
I was just
116th,
saying, I
116th.
look a little ginger too, like
Man.
the tiny
Me too.
bit of hair.
Look at this. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay, look, growing up in Ohio, there were some neighbors that had amazing hills. You know what I mean? The moment that snow would kick off, and I'd go up there with sled, caught myself a Burt and Woody back in '86, right? Like, inner tube, and I'd get to work on these suburban slopes.
I'm getting sad I haven't done sledding or tubing
Yeah,
Ever?
look.
ever.
Oh, you
Ever?
can tube in Big Bear. It's fun as
Oh, well, I wanted to go, when I went snowboarding, I was like, let me just start off with tubing, you know? And they were like, we're out of the tubes. So I was like,
let me start off with some tubing over here.
Joey over here, huh?
Who did she become, man? What the huh? I'm all the way up here in the Big Bear. What the tuba, huh?
He just said, so,
I don't know why I went there, but
Man, you got
but yeah.
scared. The reason they didn't have any tubes, sorry, we don't have any tubes, sir. In the Dyrdek family, great tradition is eating ham on Christmas.
oh, I like that.
But I don't do that no more,
Okay.
okay? So I love pigs. You know, I realized that pigs are not only my friends,
Yeah.
but I care for them.
Yeah.
Even though I had a run-in with one that wasn't pleasant, okay? At an early age, you know what I mean? As you guys have heard many times, I've been attacked by a pig.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it stomped me in the mud, yeah, as you guys know, and bit my neck, you know, so.
He bit your neck. I never heard that
Yeah,
part.
I
no,
didn't-
you
I
guys
don't
have
hear
heard
that.
that. You guys
No, we
know.
have not.
Hey, guys,
No, we have not.
hey, how many times have I told the pig story?
I've not heard this pig story ever.
That pig put me down, stomped me in the mud, and bit my neck, okay?
What were you doing to the pig?
I was just hanging. I'm just hanging, man.
You sound guilty. I was just hanging.
But here's the thing, man. When a pig gets angry, they'll come after you. Okay, look, big hot topic today has been haircuts.
Yeah.
I believe you will cut your own hair.
Yeah, I come on here.
You know what I mean? I saw you cut your own hair today.
Not really cut, yeah, but yeah.
I saw you cutting your hair today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Today, specifically.
Yeah.
And I was dumbfounded, right? So I'm assuming all quarantine, you were just cutting your own hair like it was nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, I can't do it. It's not possible. You know what I mean?
It's
Like
definitely possible.
You know, look, anything's possible, but whether or not it works, you know, and I don't know if I was telling you where I tried to cut my son's hair.
You did, and you said that you didn't like it.
No, I f***ed up bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So imagine what I do to myself. You know what I
I love you used him as a guinea pig.
mean? Okay, I like to wear tight jeans. Okay, you know what I mean?
You consider those tight?
those are not tight.
Those aren't tight, bro.
I think I have the tightest jeans up
Yeah,
here.
he might have
I
the
mean,
tightest
look,
jeans right now.
you seem like a guy from where I'm looking that likes to paint them on.
From where I'm looking.
Bro, I worked too hard on these legs not to, dog.
Man, this guy's thick. He's been doing squats
Yes.
since like 94.
But it's like, yeah, you're
Call
like,
that man thick.
but if you wear baggy pants, then you look fat. You kind of gotta like wear like tight pants, you know?
You gotta have it tailored, because if I wear baggy, to her point, I look like a bouncer. You know what I'm saying? We don't want that. I can't do that. Yeah.
Look, you ever try to jump in these pants?
I feel like I could, yeah. I feel like I could.
Those look
yeah.
like, they look stretchy, though.
Yeah, they're actually pretty
Those look like nice material.
I mean, look, these aren't jeans. These are actual jogging pants.
Oh, those are
No, they're
sweats?
not.
Yeah.
Those are not jeggings, or what are they called?
No,
They make guy jeggings?
Just chill out.
Just chill out. I'm trying to get to the bottom of this right now. These are sweatpants painted like jeans.
You're lying.
I'm not
No, I
listening
swear.
to that.
No, I
You're
swear.
lying.
I'm looking at them, they're denim.
No.
What the What kind of witchcraft are you?
I'll tell you what it is. Comfort witchcraft. You know what I'm saying? Okay, quarantine saw an excessive amount of choreography going on at people's houses. You know,
Is that me?
I would probably, but you?
Oh, I felt like you were like trying to diss me.
Diss you? No.
I put out a dance video.
You put out a dance video during quarantine?
Yeah, I did. I did put out a dance video. Now I feel like I shouldn't have brought it up. Now I feel like
No.
uncomfortable.
Man, I wasn't even, my shot wasn't even near you. I didn't even know you did choreography.
I jumped in front of her bullet.
Ah! She was already laughing like TikTok or someone. No, I did the choreography. You talking about my video?
Yes, I did. Oh, shit.
Now, you just did the one?
One banger. Put it out.
That's it?
Yeah.
You get any feedback?
Yeah,
Positive?
of course.
Yeah, okay.
You're an
I'm in.
incredible dancer. Why don't you dance more? Show us more of this.
Man.
Guys, stop.
Man. You know, I just felt like this overwhelming desire to do a dance video with the three of us. You know what I mean?
Let's do it.
And
We can do
see
it.
at Steelo's house. I could see like you guys starting it, and then like this would be great if Rob was in it, and I popped up like.
Yeah.
Ah, man. Man,
Can
maybe we
somebody
could green
take-
screen that out and
I
edit
hope
that
that
in.
clip makes it to TV and somebody just makes that a TikTok.
Please, whoever saw that move, please TikTok me. TikTok me. I'm a show-off dad. You know what I mean? Look, I'm singing in the mornings. I'm trying to create a vibe.
Yeah.
You know, and it's working. You know, I mean, even this morning, my son was like, "You know what, Dad? We're winners."
He said, don't lie. He said that.
Yeah, I said, man, ain't that some man? Hey, you wanna know what? Dyrdeks are winners. And like 20 minutes later, I was at my desk and he's going downstairs with my wife and he's like, "Hey, Mama, Dyrdeks are winners." And she's like, "What?" "Dyrdeks are winners." And she's like, "Oh, no, I know. I can't wait to hear the stories that they tell back to me that I forget,
Yeah.
that they only remember from their childhood. That will be extraordinary. And eventually they're gonna have their own camera phones, and then that'll be me. Just all the footage will be me, because right now I just film them. And I'll end up on a show just like this, or this version of this show.
With our new younger people.
Yeah, like, what's up? I'm Terrence. I'm Brittany.
And I'm Steelo him.
We love him.
Okay, Chanel, one of your favorite things in the world is the Mermaid, okay?
True.
Now, we know that you believe mermaids may in fact be real.
I do.
The question now is, how do you make mermaids? Does a mer-mom and a mer-dad like get together and make a mermaid? Who makes the mermaid, do you think?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
No, it's.
I guess it would have to take a male man and a female fish, because I feel like it's born in the water, not on land.
Okay.
I like
So I
that.
think that the mom
So-
has to be the fish.
So
Okay.
you saying people are fishes?
Okay.
Men.
Men, just men. Okay. I like
Let me be clear. The men.
I think a man is more likely to anything.
Man.
So
I agree with you.
think that's
I didn't think I would agree with you.
Look, when I
I agree
asked
with
this,
you.
look, I didn't know what the I was even thinking when I asked this question. Little did I know that I would end up believing in I believe in mermaids now. Because I believe a man dragged a fish onto the beach and and sent it back out.
For sure.
And they exist.
For sure.
Well, look,
For sure.
another mystery solved, another major milestone in
You're good.
mankind. Old people, they go viral.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They can do something young, you know what I mean? You're 80 and you jump on the TikTok and you yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
That's one TikTok movie.
TikTok.
I see you, man.
And I don't know if you guys have seen this on the TikTok.
No, I don't think you have either. But you are TikTok famous.
That
yeah,
looks
now
like-
both. Now
that
both of
one
you.
right there.
You're in the TikTok game.
Yeah, hey, I felt viral, but I felt like I was ticking and not talking.
Oh my God, I need to take one of you once I'm here. It'll
Look.
it'll set my page off.
We'll consider it.
Hey, you need to go find an old person, preferably a grandma, and dance with her.
You call her whatever you want, West Coast.
Yeah, West Coast Granny.
Granny West Coast.
Granny West Coast. Okay, let's talk about the Disney show Bunked.
Yeah.
Was basically you at a summer camp. Did you go to a summer camp when you were young?
No, I always begged my parents, but they were so scared.
Yeah,
They thought their minds, they're the most paranoid people ever.
Yeah. Look, as you say it, I think about my journey to church camp at age 11. And I had my first love, and I was walking with her, holding her hand. I walked into thorns, and it cut my face. Oh. And it was the Lord saying, "You're not ready." You know what I mean?
At 11?
Yeah. Now, do you ever go regular camping?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Nothing.
I really want to go. I just grew up in New York and Brooklyn, and my parents were just like, where would we do that?
Yeah.
So-
you live out here, right?
Yeah, I live here
and
now.
you haven't had the desire to go hit the
No,
forest?
but my friend is
Joshua
actually...
Tree or nothing?
That's where I'm going to go. I'm going to go to
that's
Joshua Tree.
quarantine hotspot right there.
Oh, man.
Joshua Tree.
Never mind.
Super
Around
safe and
Sadie.
open out here, and you're just spreading fucking covey all over the fucking prickly trees or whatever's out there. Okay, house fires. Half of all house fires in the United States of America.
From gender reveals.
I was gonna say from hair products being left on, curling irons,
Man.
hair straighteners.
Man,
You think half?
man, half?
I mean,
I would say grease fires, or I would say grease fires probably.
Kitchens.
If I think, yeah, kitchen fires. Yeah.
Kitchen fires, you know what I mean? And look, I don't understand why the world doesn't transition to the electric burner. Okay? There's still, everybody just loves gas. They got to see that flame to really feel like something's cooking properly.
No, it doesn't cook the same.
No, yeah, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
You can't cook
It doesn't
the
cook
same.
the same. No.
You know what I mean? And if we could all just band together and accept the version of food that electric stoves cook, we could save a lot of burned down houses.
I agree with you.
Okay.
Yeah, or air fryer. Yeah. Have you ever used your air fryer?
Yeah, look, I don't even know what an air fryer is.
It's no oil.
There's no oil.
Look,
I mean,
everything you're saying doesn't even make sense to me.
I'm gonna buy you one.
Yeah, look, and then I'm gonna put it in my closet and I'm gonna order Postmates.